Hey everyone, it's Colin. How's it going? I've done the occasional work from home day, usually just when it's been really bad weather like a big snowstorm or something like that, just kind of one-offs. And when I've done that, I've always just thrown my work laptop on a corner of my desk. It's worked out well enough, but what I found is that by the end of the day, I'd be really uncomfortable. My back and neck would be a bit sore from having hunched over the laptop the entire day. Now I'm finding myself needing to work from home almost full time, and I realize that kind of setup just isn't going to be comfortable in the long term. So I decided to put together a small work from home setup and share it with you in case you find yourself in the same situation. Maybe it'll give you some ideas. The main goal of this setup was to be compact, simple, and also relatively inexpensive to get going. I started with the monitor. I have a work laptop, but I find using a monitor and keyboard and mouse to be a lot more comfortable over the long term. This one is a Dell U2415. It's a really nice 24-inch monitor, IPS panel, works really well. What I like about it is its 1920 by 1200 resolution. Just gives me a little bit more working space since I tend to have a bunch of windows open at the same time. Now, if your needs aren't quite that stringent, you can get really inexpensive but name brand 1080p monitors for well under $100 these days. The keyboard is a Leopold FC200R. I've had this one for well over a decade. It's got Cherry MX Blue key switches in it. It's a really nice mechanical keyboard. I pulled it out of the office a few years ago to be nice to my coworkers since it's pretty loud. I swapped it out with another keyboard that has MX Browns. It's also from Leopold. In fact, I did a review on it if you want to go check that one out. So this one had been sitting in my closet. I think I paid about $100 for it originally, but you can get mechanical keyboards for a lot less money these days. And if you don't care about it being mechanical, you can get a basic keyboard for like $5. It's really no big deal. The mouse. I normally use a Logitech MX Mobile 2, but I kind of forgot it at work. I really like that mouse, so I'm just making do with an Apple Magic Mouse. It's not the best, but I already had it on hand and it's good enough. The laptop stand is a 12 South BookArc. I really like these vertical laptop stands, and as far as this one goes, it's really decent in terms of build quality. But honestly, it's way overpriced at $60. If you want to get a similar stand to this, you can find one on Amazon for well under $20 that works just as well. Finally, the desk itself. This is not only the most important, but surprisingly also one of the cheapest parts of this entire setup. You could probably guess I picked it up from IKEA. The surface itself is called Linman, and it comes in this black, brown, or white color. Cost me all of $14 US, and then the legs are called Adils, and they're $4 each. They're not adjustable. There are separate adjustable legs you can get. They're a decent bit more expensive, but I find the working height from this to be really comfortable, and it's just about the right size. It's also nice that it's the same height as the rest of my desk, so it all just kind of fits in well together. Also, a quick tip, if you accidentally chip the surface on this black-brown color, kind of like I did when I first set it up, you can just use a regular permanent marker to fill it in. You won't even notice, it totally disappears. Now, a bit of a quick PSA. I'm fortunate enough to have the option of being able to work from home, but that's not the same for everyone. These days, it's important to continue to support your local businesses, especially in the service and hospitality sectors. I also ask that if you can afford to do so, maybe consider tipping a bit more generously than you normally do. So that's my desk setup. I got it put together quite quickly. It works really well and doesn't really have to cost a whole lot if you shop around. I'm curious as to your thoughts. Are you a work from home veteran? Have you been doing this for a long time? Are there some aspects or items that I'm missing that prove to be really useful in the long term? Or do you have some other ideas that you can contribute to make this setup even better or even cheaper or even more effective? Be sure to leave those down in the comments below. If you like this one, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram @thisdoesnotcomp. And as always, thanks for watching.